So,
Oh yeah.
so it's totally exciting.
Mhm.
Step up now, step
And
up,
it was good.
friends, now
What you
let's
were
be
just
going.
saying
Okay.
about
So yeah, we'll
showing
be
up.
Here in the midway, a strange wind is blowing.
We're
The
feeling
lights
we're fine.
are
1:23.
brighter, the laughter
We'll
is
be live.
flowing. Friends, into this tent
I
now
almost
of
didn't show up
marvelous
for Friday,
wedding.
and
Sing it loud.
sat there thinking the first time somebody speaks to me, I'm going to start bawling. And the cool thing was just something about meeting up with everybody and not forcing, but forcing myself to do the thing that I wanted to do. Somehow it gave me motivation to get out of here, and I after that and watching people's messages come in, I sort of mustered up the energy and courage to get out of here for like 24 hours. Went up to the woods and nothing like stepping out to
30 seconds.
back in. I realized some things that I could change. Get off fucking Facebook.
Seriously.
Or Rizzle.
Welcome to the Aternium Road, episode 6, Holder of the Sound. Now we go again to our players who have taken a side journey. And Marcus, our dungeon master tonight, will tell you all about it. Marcus, take it away.
Oh, hello. How are you, everybody? It's your old pal. It's old Cuss here, running you through a wacky game with a little bit of a switch up. You see, we are slimmed down now. We have split the party as there are lots of stories to tell. So we're trying to break up groups to tell the individual stories of the characters, but with some folks with them. And if you remember, our heroes were on a journey via the airship, the Venture, to two stops. One to drop off Dame Harlow and friends to go see what was troubling in Dame Harlow's family's kingdom. And the other is going to be an adventure deep within Diblington with Rog Noble and crew for some goblin fun adventures. So that's where we're at, and I'm gonna have everybody introduce themselves, and then we're gonna kind of do a little bit of a weird session zero thing. We're gonna talk about how some of the tones may change and our aim of the story and what we'd like to do, and then we can go from there. So I'm going to go around, and we're going to wait till the sphincter is quiet, and we're going to. I'll have Jared take it away. Introduce yourself and who you playing in tonight's story.
Hey guys, I'm Jared Williams. I'm playing John Lark, a very normal man in a very strange land. Boy, it has been a wild ride to find my way here. If I even have. Everyone else has grown and changed and become a mushroom witch and a knight of a paladin of the sounding rod. And boy, I just feel like an insurance salesman in a very strange place. But they've all been good friends, and it's been interesting. Better than going to work in a 9 to 5.
That's right. Better than going to work a 9 to 5. I mean, who wants to go back to work anymore?
Who does?
Who does? Which reminds me, our donation game is probably up tonight, and we're all out of work. So help out your lovely bartenders as well as your fellow nerds. Speaking of nerd, it's Jessica.
I am a nerd. Well, I'm Moira Moon. You may have seen me on Instagram. I used to be beautiful, and now I am spongy and gray. And my skin has psychedelic properties. So that's really fun. And we'll be starting a new Etsy store around that theme soon, I'm sure, if I ever get out of this place alive, which is looking more and more unlikely every second. So yeah, follow me on Insta, Moira Moon. and on Etsy, and I'm not on Facebook anymore because it's disgusting.
That's right. Yeah. Facebook's for old people anyways, Moira, so forget all
Moira's
that.
too hip for that.
She's too hip for that
Way
business.
too hip.
John's got a Facebook page.
John still has a MySpace page.
Oh, he's not that cool.
Well, yeah, you're right. That is pretty damn cool. But who's the coolest? It's who will be the main character of this story arc. It's Lisa. Hi.
Hi, I am playing Dame Harlow. I am the keeper of the sounding rod. I am a dominatrix paladin with shark with a cat playing with a toy in the background. I am John Lark's former girlfriend in Earthlandia.
It's true.
And we walked through the looking glass, so to speak, on our last date, to see if we could be friends, and since we weren't going to date anymore. And now we're in the other world where I am a warrior, a knight, and a little naughty, and a little bit about to go face mom and dad, maybe? I don't know.
Who knows? You might be facing mom and dad. Yeah. So if you could, for folks that may not have seen, I'll fill you in. All of our characters playing, all the characters that the players are playing are from Earth, and much like the old D&D cartoon or Alice in Wonderland, have stepped through the looking glass or stepped through the Mystic Theater and have wound up in the Midway. And much like Quantum Leap, they are embodying these personas, these natives of the Midway, who are a weird touch shifter, who's a shark being, a warlock who's turning into a bog witch, and John Lark, who some sorceress strange abilities are starting to come out little by little.
It's gotten a little weird. I mean, I might be able to see in the dark now. I think all humans can do that here, right? Like that's just a normal thing.
Yeah, all humans can see in pitch black. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could be the mushrooms. Could not be.
Very normal.
It happened before I had the mushrooms.
Oops.
Oopsie. So, and in this story arc, we are traveling to Dame Harlow's family land because a group of adventurers had said that the land and the royal family themselves were in some sort of danger. There was an upheaval going on that called for Dame Harlow to return to her home. She ran away, the runaway bride of this arranged marriage. She ran away, joined the priory to become not only a knight, but a disciplinarian, and and not just some arm candy, not just some bride of some weird shark lord. So, but you got to come. Sometimes you got to come back home. Sometimes you got to come back home and fix things where you left them off. Let's see. I think with that, we'll start to get into a bit of talking about our aim and tone, what we want to do with the storyline. I know we had said one of the things we talked about was back in the session 0, episode 0, before this all began. Lisa said, I would like to feature adventures where I am helping and freeing people and smashing patriarchy. And so we started setting up a villain who is the patriarchy. We're going to smash the hell out of him. It may not be tonight. It might be in a couple more stories, but we're gonna smash that son of a bitch. So I guess that's part of the tone I'm thinking of, is even though I definitely don't have the talent to write something as amazing as A Handmaid's Tale, we are getting into that territory of that feeling of oppressiveness and occupation, and so this is probably going to be a bit more. So I should say less about kicking down doors and slaying goblins, and more about sneaky intrigue and stealth, and then kicking down doors and slaying Weir-Shark patriarch assholes.
It's weird how orange their hair is.
It is weird. It's almost as if it's a toupee, but so that's part of the tone that I was thinking something very Handmaid's, even Game of Thronesy, very. I'll throw Hunger Games out there for a little example, even though it's a little YA, but it does have that kind of oppressive council aspect to it. So the aim, I think, that we're going to go for is to smash this guy and live through all of this business, but also to explore more of Dame Harlow's character's backstory, and in the process, explore John Lark's and Moira's little sub stories as well, and then eventually reunite with the big group after I take them on a strange adventure. I think some of the other things I was thinking of, we had mentioned that we were probably going to introduce the X card, and I think we're using the X card slightly differently. X card, for those that don't know, is a social contract safety tool, often featured in role-playing games. If a subject comes up, a scene, language comes up that is triggering, not sitting well with you, you can either hold up an X card, type in an X card here, or even just give me one of these, and that will let us know without any hem-haw argument. We will kind of cut to black, fade the scene, and rework it. But we are also using that because we're all in a very difficult time, and we all have a bunch of brain weasels. And so because there's only 3 of us as opposed to the 5, six of us usually. Oh my God, there's 6 of us usually that are gaming, which gives us a little bit of release for the spotlight. I have to move it around a lot, and I can't get too deep with any kind of too much story. So you get a bit of a breather, and because we're feeling sometimes a little down and funky, and we may not be into it, if the spotlight is ever on you and it's feeling a little too much, we're using the X card to say, hey, Marcus and gang, no offense, I just need a breather. I need to catch my breath, because real life is kind of bonking at the back of my mind, and I need to step back a bit and quit having all of you stare at me. So we're doing that to keep each other safe and happy, and hopefully we can just have a ton of fun with the game. Lisa, any tone, aim, or idea you would like to feature in the story arc that we're going to journey down before we start tromping through this imaginary land of goofiness?
No, I think the communication that we've had so far, and you've got the outline of me down seemingly really well. So I'm down to see what you throw my way. Oh dear, dungeon master, game master, bartender extraordinaire, my dearest love of my life. Go easy on me.
I will.
Game number 6. This is game number 6.
This is game number 6. Yes. But you want to smash some patriarchy, and nothing is more gratifying than smashing what in the first couple of times is a very powerful adversary, and then we chip away and we smash him. No need to smash some twerp. This boy is a bad boy.
You got to build some villain.
You got to build a villain. You got to smash that villain. Jared, any aim or tone you have to go for that you kind of want to feed in some of the canvas that I talked about?
No, I'm generally pretty open to explore whatever people want to explore. I hope that I'm not playing something that's too bland.
Oh no.
As funny as
Someone's
that,
gotta be
it's
bland.
wacky, and it's you gotta make a decision. Are we doing spaghetti western? Are we doing what is it, 310 to Yuma? Like, how dark are we going?
Oh
Right,
God,
right,
310 to Yuma. That was a fantastic fucking movie.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. I love 310. Both versions. I love 310 to Yuma. So I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about too. Is tone is how in depth do you like? How dark do you guys want to go with this a little bit? Do you still want to keep the kind of wackiness that we've been doing with the midway? I mean, we'll still keep that because I'm a dork, but
Me too. It's okay, buddy.
but basically, do you want it? Do you want Ron Howard to direct this, or do you want Tarantino to direct this one?
I'm down for Tarantino. I want a little From Dusk to Dawn.
All right, I got it.
And so does Sphincter.
That's right.
Yeah.
I hear
keep thinking it's
Sphincter
my
in the
kids.
background yelling for Tarantino. He said, I want feet. Oh, I want all the feet on screen and so much swearing. Give me that movie. All right, good. And Jess, anything for you you'd like to touch on? Basically, as we said, we're going to try to make it a 3-episode arc, like every other week. We'll switch from us to the Deep LinkedIn crew and back and forth. Try to wrap it within those 3 arcs, and then we'll reunite for more wacky adventures.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I think my only ask would be, if I'm not going Tarantino enough, please course correct me, because I definitely have a tendency to go legend and not at all 310 to Yuma.
That's good too.
Come on.
I mean,
you're
that
you're talking to the legend guy. I love legend. Nothing against Labyrinth. I'm just saying I love legend.
I love legend.
I know.
I love Tom Cruise.
I legend more than Labyrinth, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So just if I'm going too lighthearted, I'm being too silly, let me know in either Discord or in here, and I can definitely course correct. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I love the concept of the tone, and the darkness sounds really fascinating, and I have some ideas for how Moira will fail to interact with that in an effective way.
Fail to interact with that. Okay. Well, cool.
That'd be fun.
And the other thing I think we talked about slightly on our Discord was that where did you all want to pick up the story? Did you want to still be traveling? So that way it is the 3 of you, everybody else is busy doing stuff. Probably Glitterfish is trying to start a cult on the ship. But everybody else is busy. It will just be about you 3 and mainly Dame, but because there's also there's also scenes with you, flashback scenes from both of your lives and things like that. And if there's ever a scene that any of you would like to feature and want to make sure that your fellow players are, you can say, hey, would you mind playing, the NPC, my brother, or my best friend back on Earth and stuff.
Can I volunteer for that? I would love to play someone's NPC character. That sounds really fun for me.
Yeah, all the time I will be throwing you into the NPC.
I can do weird voices
We'll put
too.
you on NPC. Yes. Or we can montage a little travel scene and just take it right from you landing and we're in the Linsmore marches, which is Dame Harlow's royal grounds, and we can take it from there. So I leave it up to you. It is player forward, my games. So I'm just reacting to what you throw out there at me, much like making a living ship high on mushrooms.
That was pretty brilliant.
What a weird thing to say. Why would you say that?
Or a giant
where did
kielbasa.
that come from?
A giant kielbasa that distracts all my villains.
What an odd thing to throw out.
Throw it out. I just threw it away.
Yeah, you threw it away. Yeah, you threw it away.
My vote is to kind of montage the travel just a little bit. But I do really want to have an opportunity to have some some good walking time with Marlo to understand just where we're going. Like, hey, tell us about what we're doing. We're gonna go visit your family. This is weird. Your family, huh? Didn't I meet your parents?
Back on Earth, I met your family.
They really liked me.
Yes, that was the first signal that things were not right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Jared's got one for a montage
Plus one
to
montage.
traveling. Plus one montage. We will montage then.
Even Rocky had a montage.
That's right, and I love a good montage. That's how you know your main character is going to get dressed for the prom. Montage music hits.
Is there another way?
And you're out there with styles,
That's how I dress for my prom.
Yeah, walking on sunshine. So, with that, you have traveled upon the venture. You've come to the South Realms, where the Linsmore Marches are located. You were all relaxing. The crew was not possessed by brain weasels anymore. The ship Tomas is calm and loves all of you very much. Thanks you for talking her down off of a very, very weird mushroom trip. And
don't call her a weird mushroom.
Yeah, she's not a weird mushroom. Moira's not a weird mushroom. She's just becoming a mushroom.
Weird comma mushroom.
Yeah, weird comma mushroom. Yeah. And as you're sitting in the dining area, you hear the slats open up of the communique, and you hear Hamas, or you see Hamas's gooey, liquidy mouth come out of the pipes to communicate, and says, "Co-Captain Rog Noble says we are coming close to the southern mountains. Prepare yourself, we will be landing soon." And it goes off, and a few minutes later, there is a bit of activity on the ship. You hear Jake Kilden, Captain Jake Kilden of the venture, yell like, "Well, this isn't right. It seems ridiculous. Why should we be doing that?" And the door to the control room is open. You see your friend Rog Noble still fidgeting with the navigation orb, and a few of them are sailing. And you see this arcane swirl of energy appear on this kind of mandala box. And you see somebody very official looking, wearing the tabard and colors of the Linsmore Marches, and they say that airship venture, and all airships within the airspace of Linsmore, please go to checkpoint such and such. There's checkpoint 45.
Checkpoint 310.
Yes, checkpoint 310 to Yuma. So go to checkpoint 310 to Yuma. The airspace to the Linsmore Marches is restricted. You are to check in and go through customs. And Captain Jake Kilden starts to argue a little bit about this. He says, I'm Captain Jake Kilden. I'm an adventurer. What are you talking about? I should be able to fly through here willy-nilly.
Can handicap spaces all the time.
Yeah. And the person on the other end lets them know that is no longer feasible. Orders of the Royal Council says that everyone is to check in. And so without much huff and puff, the arcane image vanishes, and the venture starts to, or he turns to Rog Noble and says, "Land us, Rog." And Rog does a lot of that, and he starts puffing on his pipe, and the Venture starts to land outside of the observation windows, you see lots of other airships moving towards this checkpoint landing area that's designated far outside of the borders, right before you even get to the farmland of the marches. And there's plenty of ships. There's your usual ship of fools. There's party goers kind of hanging off the edge of airships. They're like, we should be able to fly here. The southern lands it's like Bali. Like, land. All these strange Harlequin-like ships or checkerboard Harlequin-colored ships are landing and going through this long process. And so I guess I will take it from there. It's not too long before you all will start to land. And Dame, you know that this is a strange occurrence, that there are ports within the marches way further ahead that airships can be cleared for and to land. So you never heard of this occurrence. And the weather outside is overcast. It's dark and gray, which is odd. It's say this world's springtime, so it feels very heavy, and even though overcast, very humid and kind of claustrophobic as the doors start to open up and people start unloading from the Venture. So what are you all doing?
Boy, I've never had car lust before, but man, I really want my own airship. Like, what a thing!
It is a thing. It is a beautiful thing. It's an adventure.
What's with the ones with the Harlequin? Are they like jesters?
If you look outside, yeah, you see that these there's a collection of beings, and they are in black and white checkerboard outfit. They're in black and white Grimaldi-like makeup. They are they're moving around silently. They're kind of pantomiming strange language to one another, because as you're starting to kind of land, it's not like you can't be at a bay observation window and see coast to coast. It's almost like seeing just a neighboring ship, so you can see them moving, but you don't hear any kind of fanfare, any language. They just are. They seem oddly silent, but there's a cacophony of action around them.
Dame Harlow, is this like normal that we just have to like wait around, or what is this?
It does not seem normal to me.
I don't like waiting for anything. I can barely stand microwaves.
The Venture docks and says, "Oh, that's really going to cut into a bit of time." And Jake says, "We don't have much time. We've got to get to Deeblington. So I guess whoever's going with you, Harlow, is going with you. Anybody else going with us? You've got just a little bit of time to say your farewells, and we've got to take off again. Sorry, we couldn't bring you closer to your home."
Wait, a little point of order. How did we know that we have to split? I get that that Hamas told us that. I get that we heard a announcement saying that we couldn't go where we wanted to go, that we had to dock here, which is my homeland, and we had no intention of docking there.
Right.
I thought Rock Nobles was having an issue that was time sensitive and couldn't do both of them at the same time.
Right. Yeah, it was something that you all weren't splitting your party apart. Events were something to deal with your family and the danger possibly that they were in, as well as something happening in Deeblington were going on at about the same time. So they thought it might have been best to try to tackle both of those things separately.
And how did we get notified? How did it come to pass that I guess I knew that I have been summoned home? Have I been summoned home?
No, but back when you were fighting a bed dragon.
Oh then.
Back in the good old days.
Jay Kilden and the Venture came to pick up Rog Novel because they were searching for a Dame Harlow who was said to be traveling with Rog Novel, and that he could take the crew as well as you to where you needed to go, and then they would go to deal with Diblington. So you weren't summoned home. They had said that they are friends of your family, and noticed something odd was going on, and then they were told that they needed to leave the lands, and so they picked up a sense that a shadow self might have been in play, meaning your dark self may have been had their hands involved in exiling them. So they thought, time to go pick you up and you go home, and you stomp patriarchy and your shadow self.
And I heard that you've got like a rich family, so I thought probably a better bed.
Yeah, a much better bed than you
I do indeed.
But I want to fight a better bed.
A rich titled family who I've not seen since I ran.
But they possibly might have skincare products, so.
And a different shirt because I've been wearing this for 6 days straight.
God, you have. I thought you went through and got equipment in the ship's hold or something. Why are you still wearing that white shirt? There's armor, man.
That's just how boring he's always been.
Unfortunately, I don't make +1 white business shirts from wherever that's from.
They do.
Joss A. Bank.
They do. And so, you weren't necessarily summoned home. It's you. The crew had told you that there's a bit of danger. You would be the only one that got out of the marches, and to come back and see if you can solve this issue.
And I am deeply conflicted about this.
Yeah, I think the last episode or was it the episode before, number 4, we established that you were about to be in an arranged marriage and said F that, ran off, and
and I have
world?
been. What's that?
Ran off to another world?
Hey, she ran so far away. She ran all night and day, actually.
I couldn't get away, apparently.
No, not no mores. Not no mores.
So I'm conflicted. I have not been back to the marches since leaving and starting my journey as a paladin and my training. And I have a lot of grace and restraint, facade together, but inside this facing one's history. And John gets it. John sees flickers and flames across my face of the woman he once knew, and sees a tension that I try to mask.
Yeah, you probably you've seen this before, the kind of the shutdown,
hiding behind
something's too close. It's time to turn on the
shutdown, and the shutdown that religion often can offer one.
Discipline
And religion can offer one opportunity to disassociate from panic and concern.
Well,
Yes.
how far into the marches do we have to go to your family's home?
Deep, very deep.
So we got to get through.
Long and deep.
Whoa. It's going to be a long, repeated. Oh yeah. Well, we've got some bureaucracy to deal with before we get in, so perhaps I should go fill out our paperwork, as that's the beast that I can slay.
Yeah.
That's disgusting on so many levels.
You could fight this monster if you want, but
I've never signed a paper in my life.
Yeah, you click a lot of stuff. So.
DocuSign, baby.
Yeah, DocuSign, and who cares about your privacy?
Such thing.
Ain't got none.
You make your farewells to your other adventuring companions, and Froggy cheers you with a nice thing of warm gin. Good luck. Good luck with your story arc. Hope you don't die.
Good luck with your side quest.
We're off to a side quest too.
Do we have to fill out all of the papers, or can we just
It might be
not do that?
Yeah, it might. You are the venture departs, and you see, it's lines and lines of disgruntled people. Other ships just say screw it and part. But the Southern Lands is pretty much a access to vast resources and parties further into the Midway. So a lot of people are just kind of resigned to be like, fine, whatever this new thing is, we'll deal with it and make our way via land inward. And so there's crowds and crowds of people around, and oh gosh, let's see. John, since you were the one being the bureaucrat moving forward, please give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
Target number is just going to be a 10.
No, I can probably make that. Perception not that high, but not terrible.
He says no.
Oh boy, I got a 19 on the dice plus 1. So that's a 20.
Never mind.
I'm so good at print.
You love the fine print. You notice every little thing and how the ads and everything are built up. And yeah, it is a big checkpoint that like some seemingly a brand new palisade had been built up, and there are armed like march guards around, and you see on some of the palisade walls that there is lots of different paperwork up about what you should do. Please get in this line, go here, fill out these forms, wear a mask. It's got and no one's paying attention to it, but there's but you pay attention to it, and there is a string of posters up, and it says wanted for detainment by the Royal Council, and you see various faces. There's maybe like a dozen or so, but you quickly catch your face, and they all are, and I'm completely lifting this from Harry Potter because I love this effect. Is kind of this arcane energy that looks like a moving version of yourself, kind of facing forward, facing the side, and it is you, and you see wanted for detainment and questioning by the Royal Council, and the Requiem, John Lark, and you see next to it Moira Moon, but you see Moira Moon not in her bog witchy form, in her form you first met her way back when you landed on the Aternium Road, or even when you saw her in the movies or in the live theater before coming here. And then you see
Never underestimate the power of makeup.
right, and you see Dame.
What are you talking about?
You see Dame Harlow, but Dame Harlow in her Earth form. When you were first dating, and pictures of them all up.
Wait a second. Why is Evil John hotter than I am?
Yeah,
That's not
I
fair.
know that is odd.
Not hard.
Like he's got an edge or something. I'm gonna just kind of elbow Dame Harlow and be like, "Look at the isn't that interesting, Moira? Isn't that fascinating? Look."
Oh my God, I look so good there. Where did they get that boat? It's moving. Oh my God, it's so Harry
It must be our shadow selves.
Oh.
I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. I'm also so not wanting to be reminded of the past. I don't want to remember that person.
Yeah, it is a slap in the face of, you've been kind of not traipsing. Traipsing seems so cavalier. Journeying through this world in your new persona that you've been inhabiting, and so to see this almost reflection of your Earth self and reminding you of what you were like back there seems a bit jarring. What are you doing?
At least you look nothing like that anymore, Dame Harlow.
Yeah.
And I know I feel so weird to see a picture of myself without tentacles or my sphincter making noise in the background.
Especially
I feel
that's a hell of a wanted poster there.
It's Harry Pottery. What can you say?
Yeah,
anybody tuning in for the first time is
down.
like, why does she keep talking about her sphincter? No,
That's a drinking game. Every time you hear sphincter, chat, take a drink.
Oh God, we have to.
I am.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even recognize myself without my tentacle braids, and I feel so. I don't want to see that picture. I don't want to face that was such a world that I was living so many lies, and I don't want to face that.
Yeah, and you're kind of standing there for quite a while, looking at this, and
really at a crossroads. I think mentally at a crossroads about commitment. I'm looking at this picture and realizing that this world that I've stepped into from the theater is something that has fit so well, but at the same time, I had been looking through the book and I at my book, and I see my story that isn't super light necessarily, but there's something about it that just draws me, and I feel that my purpose is in this new world, and the old world, as I look at this picture of myself, I feel so distant, and I know that I'm making a choice right now, really, about committing to who I am now and the journey that is ahead of me that might be pleasant, might not. I don't know. The airship was pretty cool.
Right.
So,
but looking beyond that crowd and the Palisades, and you can see the far end of the marches in front of you, that feeling of going back home, especially with this kind of, dark, oppressive cloud, hanging over everything. It does seem like a big tree. And as you're looking at that, and as you are in thought about that, all of you can of course see that Dame Harlow's in deep thought about this. And you see her jet black eyes, or her eyes go black like the shark, and she's introspective. John, you pull her back a bit because a very slim, say like 2-person carriage trots by, and this strange looking, it's not even a horse, it's probably some odd reptilian thing that's trotting along, pulls this cart. And you see in the kind of shaded windows of the cart, as it moves by, you see reflections of your face, looking like your face, but then you catch a reflection of Moira and Dame Harlow, and their faces are of the faces that are in that poster.
So quick double check, double take, as it were. Have Moira and Dame Harlow actually changed?
Nope.
That's fascinating. What's going on with that glass?
And it kind of trundles by and stops. You see people, or you see 2 people, a man and a woman, yelling like, "Well, why can't we get? We got to get through here to the marchers. Do we have to stand by with this rabble?" And you see more of the march guards yelling at them to calm down. And it's then you see these other men and women who are much larger. They are humanoid, but they are obviously not human, and they wear an armor and a tabard of a place that you do not know. It's it's got a it's got a marking of like the swirl of an ocean, kind of wrapped in this stencil of kelp, and then one kind of shark fin cutting through it, and one of them just yells out like, "You will obey the orders of the Requiem and the Royal Council, or you will have Sergeant Garion to deal with." And the old man that was in the cart kind of steps back, fails his intimidation roll, and kind of closes the window and yells to the man like, "Well, it will take us to the side of the road, buffoon, and we'll picnic, and then we'll deal with this signing up when the crowd dies down." "No bother, Sergeant." And they kind of trundle back, and the glass catches your reflections again, and it's as before. You see their faces as that.
Is it some kind of sorcery? Is it witchcraft? Moira, is it magic?
Moira
Wait.
wouldn't know.
What do you mean?
But doesn't Moira know about magic?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is something weird?
Your reflections in the glass of the stagecoach or the carriage.
Yeah, I saw myself.
Look like your Earth self.
What do you, I mean, like, I don't look that different. Maybe it was just like smoked glass. Like, don't be so weird about it.
Okay, you might not look that different, but Dame Harlow looks pretty different.
Oh, well, I wasn't looking at her. I was just looking at me.
Indeed. John, as you look at me, do you see me as Dame Harlow, or do you see me as Alice?
As you want to be seen. Wait, no. Yes, right.
Meow.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think normally I see you as shark finned and tentacled, but in the reflection of that, that glass, you looked like the person I went to the Midway with.
And when we were in the document office, the pictures that were on the wall were of our Earth selves, of our date night selves. So if people are looking at me, they're seeing.
They're not. I don't think unless that glass is special, you just look like this to everyone.
I look like Harlow to everyone, or do I look like Alice?
You look like Harlow, not Alice.
I look like Harlow.
I think.
Maybe
Give
it's
me
just our reflections.
Dame Harlow, could you give me a perception check, please?
Is that a D20?
That is it, yes. You'll be rolling your D20, adding your bonuses from your perception skill. And
Hold on. I have that page. Oh, but I'm not. Wait, perception. I have a +2 on
there
perception.
it is. Roll me that D20 and add a +2. Your target number is 10.
Okay. I have a 17.
Oh, geez. Yeah, 17. You get the feeling first that somebody is looking at you, and then you look out onto the crowd, and you see a few people who are looking at like the walls of paperwork and all that, and kind of ho hum like, "Ugh, why do we need to read all these rules?" And they a woman kind of tugs on a man's arm and points slightly. Enough to where they think they see you, but if you kind of turned your head, they've got other things more to worry about. But there is a reward on those posters, and they kind of are pointing at your way.
I think that I'm starting to be identified as my Earth self, as Alice. Is that what you're telling me? I'm starting to be identified. Well, then why the hell did I roll so well? Why didn't I save that for something else?
Oh, there's plenty of other rolls. Yeah, it's got
plenty of time to throw the dice.
So I'm starting to be perceived as Alice.
Yeah. And Jess, Moira, could you make me an Arcana roll, please?
Sure can, buddy, pal. Rolled an 11, so total's 14.
14, okay. And I would say that also, John, you sense this too. I should have, but all of you rolling together.
Not as well as me, though.
Is that both of you sense that there is a powerful glamour going on, and it seems to be blanketing the whole land. You feel it kind of in the air. You almost smell it now. There is some sort of illusionary magic happening.
John, I smell sandalwood and I smell patchouli, and
That's
that is the scent that I used to wear, and I'm pretty sure that means that I look gorgeous again.
That's exactly how it smells.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
I can't stand against it.
Illusions and lies smell. Sandalwood and patchouli.
Yeah, patchouli. I remember freshman year of college.
I haven't smelled this way since we were in the regular world, so I'm pretty sure that I just look this good now. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And there is
some
a bit.
Curse is lifted?
Maybe.
No, it's like something on top of us. Can't you feel it kind of tingling, like you just used like a really good like witch hazel cleanser?
No.
Right, John?
No.
Right, John?
Why wouldn't you understand with that?
Which
there is a murmuring through the crowds, not too far as you. One of you may even see the woman and we'll say that's her husband kind of dragging along their kids with them, and they're kind of flagging down a march guard, probably in the hopes that, ratting you out not only give them the reward, but maybe put them at this get them out of the way of this line. So they're kind of flaying them down, and all the march guards are, they're overwhelmed with people like, hey, my cousin's there, my cousin's farm's in there, blah. And so they're not paying too much attention. And they say, yes, sir, or ma'am, but we will get to you. We will get to you. But that's what you see going on. What are you guys doing?
Well, what if I take my hat off? Does it look less like I'm like a little like not as gorgeous?
Even more so. Even more so.
What do you think, John? Actually, I don't care. Dane, what do you think? Do I look less like recognizable?
I think that you should go practice your magic.
Right.
And worry less about your appearance.
Well, we're gonna get caught if I don't worry about my appearance.
Problems
so I
to
need
solve
to care.
here. You're lovely.
Well, we need to look less like ourselves because we're gonna get caught.
But see, and I'm wondering if I just shouldn't leverage royal privilege, if there's any way for me to cut through the glamour and make the guards see me as a member of the house of...
Well, if we could have done that, why have we been waiting in line at all?
Well, I might be able to help you with that, little girl, if you will just give me a moment.
Be faster.
So, do you wave the guard forward or through the crowd towards you?
I feel confident in trying to navigate a bureaucracy, and I can't imagine that somebody's going to pick me out of a lineup or a mugshot. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
As you said, you are an average-looking man.
Let's go with the power of the average-looking white guy right now.
Oh.
All right.
If anything's gonna win, it's an average, just hetero white guy. So.
Hetero white guy.
My God, it's like it's a story trope. I hate you. So no, I'll head my way up towards the bureaucracy, towards the guard post.
Okay.
On my way up there, I am going to slowly just become more like a boiled potato than I already am. I will inadvertently cast alter self or disguise self.
Disguise self.
And just become even more of a lump than, if it's possible. Actually, no, let's be honest. I become more recognizable as something else. Like I'm hot John.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Quick question. So, how did you know? How do we know that he's the only order for the game? How did you know that you could do that? Was it spelled out in your D&D sheet that you have this, or is this? Do you know from experience?
He's a sorcerer.
Yeah. So the character class that I'm playing is I got a collection of small abilities, and one of them allows me to cast my spells without actively casting them. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to do any chant or anything. I can just make a thing happen. And I'm using that as a descriptor for how John is not understanding that he's doing magic in this position.
Yeah.
Groovy. All right,
John doesn't realize that he is magic and magic is happening. John's just like, what?
What could possibly be magical about turning into a potato man?
In the back of John's mind, he's thinking, gosh, maybe if I don't look like myself, and then all of a sudden, wow. So you disguise yourself and you go up to the booth. There are, I'd say, two guards, but the older one, of course, has this ledger, this tome of things that he's kind of stamping, and yes, all right, next, and you kind of not cut the line, but you come up near him and
do my very best Hermes Conrad impersonation. My favorite character on Futurama.
Nice. And yes, what do you say, John? He's not even paying attention. He's just looking. He can hear you, but his eyes are on these people that he's got to process through.
We're moving. What is the right way to say this? I need forms for 3 to travel through. Express paperwork. We already have our stamps.
Yeah, already stamped, eh? Yeah. Squire, the younger one, kind of has these piles of papers. He's like, give this to that one to sign. You'll need to sign them all and pass them through me. I will take a look at your party and send you through some hullabaloo about looking at everybody with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, what are you looking for? I noticed the entire collection of people up there. That's a large list.
Yes, the Royal Council and the Requiem more. have requested that we do this procedure because there are intruders or political dissidents that are said to be a danger to the royal family. I don't believe it, but I'm 2 days to retirement.
Not even supposed to be here today.
I'm not even supposed to be here today, so if a fight breaks out, I might die.
Tell us about your kids, strange guardsman.
Yeah. And he yelled, Riggs, get the forms. I'm too old for this shit. And he gives you these stack of scrolls, and he says, "But you're still gonna have to get in line so I can process you."
Yeah, of course. I'll take my work and head off.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, no. Nothing. Just trying to make sure we're making it on time.
Okay. And
are make sure our deliveries are getting there.
Yes. Are you getting to the rest of you? Are you mingling within the crowd? Are you kind of hiding away? Or are you getting in line?
I'm looking for any other spot that I might be able to see my reflection, and I want to try to old school style change the way I look because I'm worried about being caught and waiting in more lines. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
So you can go. You can easily go off. There's lots of carriages kind of lined up, and they all have some of that kind of smoked glass that you can look in, and you see yourself as you once were. You see yourself as Moira Moon. Beautiful lady. No fungus growing off the back of your neck or off your cheek.
I miss you. You don't even need filters. Look at you. God. Perfect. I guess I have to make myself ugly again. Fuck. I'm going to just try my very best to find dirt and rub it in my hair and rub it in my face and see if there's any kind of swamp water. Just really lean into the aesthetic that has been gifted me.
Gotcha.
Oh, you look poor again.
Yeah.
Thanks. Do I look like you? Do I look like your whole family? Do it feel comfortable for you or something? Do you like this? This is your scene, isn't it?
This is it. Give me a persuasion.
Okay.
And you're not necessarily persuading anybody. It's just you're setting up an air of persuasion.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
And my persuasion's a 3, so it's a 9.
Yeah. So you look like Moira Moon dirty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So you look like you even more of a bog witch. You have to yourself you look like even more of a bog witch. If you double check yourself kind of in the smoke mirror, it's just Moira Moon with a bunch of horse shit in her hair and
you knew I chose this horse shit.
Yeah, you're just mud, and you don't travel around. You're like, ooh, mud, right behind this horse carriage, and this lizard carriage, and you're just slopping it through you. It's just
definitely trying to make tribal markings.
Sharp smell of alkaline on your face. It's just, white mud. Okay.
Make it look cool. I just want to look cool with it.
So you look awfully cool. It's odd because you're turning into a bog witch. You can't really smell how repulsive you smell, but you do just look like Moira Moon with a bunch of crap and twigs and stuff all over you.
Am I convinced that I look pretty good though? I look very different than I was before.
Yeah, to yourself.
Awesome.
You're Moira Moon. Whatever you do, you think you're doing to perfection.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So see, there you go. There you go.
Obviously.
So you look perfectly fine.
Yeah, I look really good.
Dame Harlow, what are you doing while Officer Sheep Shit is throwing dung all over herself?
I'm looking for higher ground. Both as a way to observe the scene and also get away from the stench.
Right.
It's coming from the little girl playing at being
it's like a great magic. I don't know if you knew. It really works on my roots.
So you start to go. You start to look for a higher ground.
I'm looking for. I'm detached from the crowd, looking for higher ground, being keenly aware of both what John Lark is doing to see if this paperwork thing paperwork plan has legs. I definitely trust him, but I'm not trusting this scene right now, and on guard for possible discovery or some hiccup in the paperwork, and at the same time keeping one shark eye on Princess Instagram over there.
Okay. Gotcha.
I know that the preoccupation is such that she will be useless when and if there is discovery.
Then I would say, and
I don't know.
It's not too far. You're able to find like a good rising hill that is past trees and whatnot, but not so far removed from everybody that you can still keep observation. I will say, gosh. So are you more concerned about keeping your eyes on things as on these two as you're going up towards the hill, or stealthing away from the crowd that is the crowd, or the I should specifically say the man and woman that's trying to flag the guard's attention down?
Oh, yes. Am I paying more attention to possible discovery from the man and woman, or am I paying attention to my travel companions and what chaos or positive action could be coming out of that?
It's a little bit of both with both of them.
Yes. Yeah.
You're traveling. You are totally traveling with law and chaos.
Beautiful chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
Right, Moira?
Yes. Everyone,
no
it
idea.
seems that we have time for a break now.
Time for a break.
9:06. So, shall we come back at 9:15 or so?
Oh, good. I get to contemplate.
Contemplate your actions on your tree of booze, and we will see you at 9:50.
All right.
Cool. Be right back.
See you in a little bit.
Excrement.
Hello, everyone. We're coming back very soon. Just wanted to give you a little heads up about all of the adventure and coolness coming in, not only on the Aternium Road, but many other worlds here on the Midway Tabletop. We have on Fridays, we're going to be talking about this episode and probably a lot of other Midway Tabletop stuff at the Secrets Revealed noons on Mondays. And on Friday nights, we're going to start up next Friday with the Midway Wrestling Alliance, a powered by the Apocalypse business with our amazing GM, Marcus Flores. And then every other Sunday, so it'll be the week from Sunday, the Blackbird Tavern D&D is a rollicking good time with a bunch of bartenders who haven't played D&D before, doing ridiculous stuff. It's great. Catch a rerun up here. You can grab that on YouTube or on Twitch. Also coming up, of course, next week, episode 7, Aternium Road D&D, played in our unique style. Marcus Flores again GMing, and we will be switching over to the other side quest and find out what's happening in Deeplington. And then we have Shadow Stories beginning this week on Thursday, July 23rd, 7 p.m., the first episode of Shadow Stories, Our Little Town, run by Matt Steele with the Cypher System. Part 1's on Thursday, Part 2 is on Friday night, July 24th. Both starting at 7 p.m., it's going to get dark. And we'll get even more dark with Friday, August 7th, Shadow Stories, Morkborg, Black Hearts Forever, Death Metal Dungeon Crawl. We don't even know what that's going to be like. It's going to be great. And then the Friday, August 21st, Delta Green, The Death of Hippie, Part 1. And then that following Saturday, August 22nd, Delta Green, Death of Hippie, Part 2. A very, very terrible tale about the end of the summer of love. All right, let's bring it back to Aternium Road, Episode 6, The Holder of the Sound. And welcome back, everyone. Good to see you again. Woo. Can't wait to find out what happens next.
Mm-hmm. Here we are at Checkpoint Harlow. And so we left off with Dame Harlow having to make that decision. What are you doing? Are you paying more attention to your friends, or are you trying to be stealthy to avoid detection by these folks?
I am confident in both from Earth experience and from our experience on the Aternium Road. I am confident in John Lark's ability to bore the fuck out of everyone and fill in the blanks appropriately.
I like standing in line.
He loves it. He loves. He does not even pull out his it's called a smartphone. He doesn't even pull it. He stands there and he lets the boredom just flow over him, and it enters his heart and soul, and he's good at it.
The energy vampire. You're Colin Robinson, energy vampire.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice. Nice. And honestly, Moira is a twit. But having said that, she handled herself well in the spaceship lollipop, or what did we call it? The
venture. Mm-hmm.
The venture.
Good ship venture.
So I'm going to go with the paying attention to the unknown quantity in this equation.
Okay.
This couple that has seemed to register something, and I'm going to keep an eye on them.
On them. All right. Well, give me. give me a stealth roll, Dame Harlow.
Okay.
You'll be rolling your d20, and you're going to add your +2.
+2. I was about to get there. I was looking at online porn. I mean, I was checking my email and had sent straight away from my page.
It goes right
My
along with their
character page.
Tarantino description of how he will describe or will direct this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. And we rolled the one with the line underneath it is the 9, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the 9. 9 + 2 makes it 11.
11. Okay.
It goes. My stealth goes to 11.
Mm-hmm. You kind of blend and hide and zigzag into the crowd, and make your way up onto this hill away from them all, easily enough to where you're looking down and you see the husband speaking to some of the finally getting the attention of the march guards, and the wife spinning around and pointing and say, you could see the obvious body language of, well, they were right there. She was right there, and after a bit, the guard.
I'm sorry. I'm totally having a Homer Simpson moment. The one where he just goes back into the visualizing the one where he goes back into the shrubbery.
Right. You see them speaking about you, and then say Dame Harlow, her octopus tendril-like hair is grabbing bushes and pulling it away and hiding away. Let's see.
Turns out it's more octopus skin than shark skin.
Right.
Blending in.
And you know what? I'm going to give me a little bit of luck here. So just roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier. It's
my charisma. I've got shit tons of charisma if I remember correctly. And that's one that's not charisma. Oh, I don't have a shit ton of charisma. Damn.
Well, you have positive. I see a +1.
Well, yeah, but +1. Geez.
Yeah.
John Lark has a +1. If I.
Do you want charisma?
Turns out John's a little more likable than that.
So much.
I got a 12, my friend.
Okay, perfectly fine. It's then that you see the guards that they were talking to turn their attention away from them and kind of push them back with a bit of the truncheon they have in their hand, and we're admonishing them for saying, "You're wasting my time. Get to the back of the line." And the husband's like, "But we're right here in the middle of the line." You're like, "Now you get at the back of the line for disturbing me." And he's like, "No." Him and the wife were kind of back of the line arguing about, like, "See, I told you, don't be a nosy Nancy.
Don't be a Karen.
Damn it, Karen. I told you."
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, you're up on the hill, kind of hidden away, and maybe by some low shrub, and you can observe
about 2 feet high with a nice little split.
You can observe everything that's going on right now, and it's boring. People are filing in, getting processed through, and moving past. You're at enough of the hilltop too that you can see a bit like further into the marches, and you see that there is there's like this yurt-like thing set up that seems to be where these regiment troops are kind of bivouacked at. They're letting the March Guards do the paperwork and the silliness, and they're there, like, obviously if anything goes down, they're there to be the goon squad and crack some heads, or whisk away whoever. In fact, you could probably see that there's people who kind of get pulled to the side. Paperwork's looked at them. They kind of look up and down their face, and maybe they look somewhat similar to you three, or similar to maybe some of the 9 other faces that were on there, and and then kind of shoved back and said, "Man, that's not the one," and people are. I'm glad I'm not the one, because you see them kind of flex, and you have seen Requiem guards before. You know that their whole line are. They are of the weir shark people, often called the Requiem, or the ancestors of your bloodline. They are they're people who can turn into sharks, either shark humanoids or big gigantic sharks that tear people apart if you're underwater. and they by the symbols that they're wearing, obviously are under the command of your former fiance, Baron Galileo. So he must be close by, and you also are wondering, why the hell is he close by, and why is he co-occupying the marches? Yeah. All right.
I am wondering.
Yes, and I wonder.
I wonder.
John, you have your paperwork in hand.
Yeah.
You're moving through crowd. Give me a luck check, which means just roll and add your charisma modifier. And it turns out you're very liked.
I am. Everybody likes vanilla ice cream.
I do. That's one of my favorites.
I do love vanilla.
I'm a bit more French vanilla, but
Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu.
I have a 12 on the dice plus 3, so 15 total.
You are moving through the crowd, and yeah, of course you are disguised, or don't realize that you are disguised. Or do you even realize that you've changed your so you don't even, so your friends are like looking out for John, do not see John. They just, and you're like, dum.
There might honestly, if I was to be really like self-depreciating about it, it's John's looking at the evil version of himself. It's evil. He's just got a little bit sharper of an edge. He's like, God, guy's like really handsome looking. That's that's not fair. Why is he more attractive? So just kind of steadily becomes less. Yeah.
Nice. So and so no one's giving you much mind, especially because you're walking in the opposite direction of the line to inspect your paperwork. What else are you doing?
Nothing. I've got the paperwork, and I was gonna head back, and like I figured this is gonna take a little while to fill it out, but my intent is you always have everything completely filled out before you get back in line, and that way you can just breeze right through it. Once you know what you have to do, you actually read all those sub clauses. It's easy.
But yeah, and you see like a plethora of little like writing desks with ink blots and all that, and various people are kind of, it's like you're in the DMV. Various people are up, sign real quick, and move away. And
but I'm gonna go back and find my friends and let them know what I'm doing in absurd detail and why it's gonna make it a little bit faster.
You easily you sense Moira before you see Moira. There's a waft.
Your nose.
Wow, it has gotten.
It is ripe. There is
like the one time. It smells like the one time I went to that circus, that fair.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a petting zoo up in here. What's going on?
It smells like there's a baby diaper full of shrimp close by, and it is rough. It is rough. It is rough. It smells like Sasquatch just took a fart. It's real bad, and but then you see more. You see Moira.
Moira, what happened to you?
Even more boggy, witchy, with like intensely problematic tribal painting on her face.
Just glad I didn't do it during the break.
Yeah. I'd be fine with it.
I considered it. I was like, this is not.
Yeah,
Comes back with sticks in her house.
We'll skip.
Pudding,
Right.
don't judge me.
But yeah, you see Moira looking even more bog witchy. She's kind of gunked up her hair and has this etchings upon her. It's looking, if she's becoming a bog witch, it's looking quite becoming, actually.
Well, that's complicated.
Yeah.
Do I recognize him?
You do not. There's this man coming towards you with an armful of scrolls.
I would argue that he's still dressed exactly like John.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
Like that's the problem. It's like you see a boring generic white dude walking towards you.
And the fact that he is coming towards you, and everybody's in, kind of long like doublés or dressed as clown or dressed like they look like they belong in the midway. And there's this person you don't recognize with an armful of scrolls wearing John's signature shirt, slacks, and shoes, like completely done up as John.
How did John? Is that you?
Yeah, John, what do you look like, actually?
Yeah. Whoa, could you not get so close?
Oh my God.
Your costume is very authentic.
Isn't it? I thought so too. And the mud is so good for your face. You'd be so surprised.
John, it's not mud.
With your face?
John, it's not mud.
That's not mud.
John, focus.
Yeah. Sorry, got distracted.
How did you do that with your face?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just got the paperwork.
No. Your face looks more fucked up and boring than usual. How did you do that with your face? Talk to me.
How are you so unpleasant sometimes? Fucked up and boring? That's just... What, are you trying to actively hurt my feelings here? What's going on?
It's actually really impressive. You should be really proud of yourself.
That you've hurt my feelings this much?
No, that you look even more boring. Like it's got to be some kind of a magic thing. How did you do it? It's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, John, the smoke mirror in the carriage next to you, you don't recognize the person that is wearing your clothes, that has an armful of scrolls and whatnot.
Oh,
look at you. No one is ever going to want to talk to you again. It's so impressive. I don't even want to talk to you.
It must be the magic that's making you look like regular Moira and Dame Harlow looking like Alice again. It's like maybe
But it wasn't like that before. And I can't see me, and I can see you.
It just takes longer to affect me.
It's possible.
Moira, give me a luck roll.
I mean, hooray, I can magic myself to become more average. What a power.
I rolled a 1.
Talk about average.
Did you roll? You rolled a fumble?
I rolled a 1 on the dice.
Dame Harlow.
Roll initiative.
from atop
I apologize.
from atop the hill you're at. You see you see the couple that was pissed that they're going to be sent to the back of the line screaming for the guards, and they're saying like, no, sir, there's one of them now, that's her. And the guards look over and they start to say, part, let us through, let the march guards through. And they start going towards Moira, because they only spot Moira. John does not look like John. Dame Harlow, you're up top of hill.
It's impossible that they could recognize
that one, the one with the shit in its hair. the one with the reptar shit in its hair. What a impossible guys! And the guards start moving towards you, and the car starts like panicking and parting and all that. So Dame Harlow, what do you do?
I go to my D&D sheet and I scroll through to see if there's anything I can do.
There is.
There's always something.
Yeah. But
World of opportunities.
Oh. I was really hoping to censure the undead. What's that?
You're asking for a suggestion on what you might do?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please. Okay, so the whole thing is that they're coming for her.
Correct.
And I would like to do things, and I don't think I have this power, but I would like to do things like either cloak her or create some sort of diversion. So
I mean, you don't need anything on your sheet to do that.
You could make a diversion. Naturally, how you would like to do that yourself. You can also, you have the ability to cast command. Command is you speak a one-word command to a target you can see within range. That target must succeed a wisdom save. If not, they do what you tell them to. But it's a one-word command, so things like flee, drop, grovel, halt, approach.
Undress.
Undress.
You can also cast Sanctuary, which would keep people from attacking you. They would just not notice.
Thank you. I was going to ask during the break. I didn't understand what Sanctuary was, and I was going to ask during the break, but I chose to drink instead, and we see how well that helped me.
Right. Yeah. And with Sanctuary, you ward a target within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature or target who goes after the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom save in order to do so. So basically, you could guard Moira with Sanctuary if you choose to.
But do I really want to?
Correct. Yeah, you don't need to. I got my
the right thing to do.
Out there.
She's such a thorn in my side.
She's such a Morel.
Oh, that's a mushroom reference.
It is a mushroom joke. She's bad for Morel.
More just.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I take.
It explains where
God is displeased.
Fragrances.
I take my bullwhip from her that hangs at my waist. And swing over my head and do that wonderful loud whip crack that gets everyone's attention to turn my way.
Okay.
And I'm drawn up to my full 6-foot height and muscles rippling and the hair is going. Yes. And the eyes go black. And then I've used all my adjectives and told a good story.
Right, yeah. Are you trying to draw them towards you, or are you going to cast one of your spells, or what were you doing to?
I'm going to draw them towards me.
Oh, okay. That's easy enough, really. I
toss all of the paperwork that I had onto one of the local tables, and they'll go, well, there goes subtlety.
Well, there it goes. That I will say, go with intimidation. I like this. I'm going to say it's not performance. You're trying to rally them up. So roll a d20. You're going to add your intimidation score.
And my intimidation is for folks playing at home is 3. I'm. That's
right.
Very intimidating.
You got it.
She said, now watch me roll a 1. This is going to be hilarious. Hilarious.
The night of the fumble.
You do have inspiration. You can add another d20 if you were so inclined to make sure that you succeeded on that.
Oh, do you still have inspiration left?
I thought
inspiration, yeah. And I was going to ask you about, I did do my roll. Yes. I was going to ask you about the trinkets. Remember when we chose trinkets and stuff? And I was forgetting how those dial in, but that maybe is a conversation for later, because I want to share with you the wonderful roll that I had, which is a 19 before even adding my +3. So if you hold on a moment, I gotta like do a victory dance over here.
Yes, you have successfully made sure that the guards that are looking for you see you.
Oh shit!
They definitely see you. They see you.
I don't get this. Okay.
They see you so much that they are forgetting about the John and Moira situation.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
They shove down the husband and wife. They fall into horse dung themselves. Move! The guards and one of the march guards says your name, not Dame Harley. Says Alice, whatever your last name is.
Alice Looking Glass.
Yes. Says Alice Looking Glass. Halt in the name of the Royal Council, and prepare to be detained for questioning under. He rattles off the laws he's speaking, and they start to move up towards the hillside to where you are, and with that you see as they shout at that, and one of them blows a whistle, that the Requiem soldiers start moving out of your area and past the post into the crowd. The crowd, though, unfortunately for them, fortunately for all of you, is a bunch of hippies, partiers, peasants, and bureaucrats who are trying to like move out of the way, so they don't know how to duck and dive. They're like, so they're getting shoved. So it's going to take the Requiem guard a long time. But these 4 guards are moving up towards the hillside. So I guess I'm going to ask for an initiative roll, please.
Okay, and can I ask, point of order, why initiative? What is initiative again?
So I am asking for initiative because some action's about to go down, and this helps me keep track of who goes first, second, last, and all of that business.
Okay. Thanks.
Possible combat.
Yikes! I have nothing to add to this, right?
You should have your initiative of +2.
Where did I'm not seeing that. Okay, I'm not seeing it, but that's okay. I only got a 7.
Okay. So we're at, you rolled a 7, and with your +2 gives you 9.
Oh, no. I beg your pardon. I rolled a 5. My +2 gives me a 7.
I see. Thank you. And John Lark.
I've rolled 5 in the dice +1, so I have a 6 for initiative.
Okay. Oh goodness!
I'm currently getting shoved out of the way by the security guards, by the royal guard. As you said, the bureaucrats are in their way. I was like, oh, it must be me. Literally overlooked and pushed out of the way.
Right. Paperwork is kind of thrown off to the side. Moira, what did you get?
4.
You rolled a 4, or you
rolled a 4.
Jesus,
I don't have any initiative modifier. My dex is just a +0. My charisma is a +5, so my dex is 0.
All right, let's see if
we're gonna get there, buddy.
We'll see if the guards are just useless, and maybe that'll help it out with this. And my voice in the sky, my dice rolling deity, could you please roll me some die? There we go.
You got it. I'm seeing 8 on the die for the D20.
Oh, okay. Right. 8 on the die, 20, so they are going at a 9. Okay. They're just a bunch of schlubs, but danger schlubs. 4 of them. So these guards are, they shove John out of the way. And because you called their attention so much, they're not even paying attention to Moira right now. they are going after Alice. And so they're going to spend this action running through the crowd and trying to get up the hill. So that is pretty much going to be their action, is to get into position. So their position basically is that they're kind of coming up the hill and surrounding the area that you're at, Dame Harlow. So, Dame Harlow, it is your go. What are you doing as these march guards of your family's kingdom are heading towards you?
All right. So here's where my head goes to playing a game, right? I want to win, I want to conquer, or I want to
this one you want to win. You want to escape.
Forward. And my head goes to being clever about using these things on this sheet that I'm looking at right now. But there's a story to be told.
Sure.
And
what are you panicking about?
Because I don't want people to be bored and I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I don't
no, you're not. You do what you think. Like, if you, think of this, you, Lisa, are this badass knight sitting atop a hill, and you just cracked the whip and said, "I am here, mother effers," and then they start to come at you.
Right.
What's your next go? You know?
I mean, aren't you royalty in this realm?
See, that's what. Okay, thank you. This is one of the things that I've been wondering about injecting, because so if I am royalty here, and if people can see me as Princess Buttercup or whatever the fuck I was before I ran off to the Priory, wouldn't that wield some power?
Does Dame Harlow look like Alice when she is in her non-shark human form?
Okay, that's a distinction I hadn't thought about. So I thought that in this world, this is cool. I hope people listening at home are okay with this. So I made the assumption that in this world, unless you told me otherwise, like you're doing right now, or in this story arc, that I always look like the character that, I created at the beginning of this game, and you're going to be a this and that, and so on. So I have a choice right now. You're saying that in this world, do I always look like a wereshark? Or is it something I transform to? And golly, I hadn't thought about that at all, but I'm gonna go with there is a transformation there.
Sharking out is more fun.
There might be one now as you realize that. Your character realizes
that's where I was heading. Thank you, folks.
The Aternium Road makes it so.
Yay. So let's go with so you had the pictures up there, so that makes sense that I would look, and it's a transition and a change. So I cracked the whip and they turn around, and this is for you, Moira. I rise to my full 6 foot gloriousness. All muscles rippling, and the hair starts going, and the eyes go, and they recognize me as the Archduchess of, where the fuck are we? Lindmore Marches?
It's your land. Yes, Lindmore Marches. Here. Sure. Okay. So do you...
this is fun. That was so much fun. Oh my God. That was so much fun.
So you two you see Dame Harlow grow larger, grow more fierce, more predatory. She lets down kind of her veil of reservation And so it's intimidating, and it is, and you feel that sense of glamour that you feel on the atmosphere all around you, cracking and buckling, like it's trying to contain something. And gosh, they'd have to do that, wouldn't they? Yeah. Give me Voice in the Sky.
Yes, sir.
Could you give me a wisdom check for the guards?
They got a 2 on the die.
Unfortunately, Dame Harlow, these guards do not see past this glamour. They only see the criminal that they are supposed to arrest or detain. The rest of you two, though, see it, and you can feel it. Yeah, you feel like there's this stress against the glamour that is then that you can surmise is trying to keep the illusion contained around all of you, around Dame Harlow. So yes, they do not stop. They definitely give pause because they're like, holy shit, this woman has a whip and she's cracking a whip, and it's looking very intimidating. But they do not recognize you.
Could I, one of the things in getting into this game was thinking about fighting and dragons and fighting and all this stuff, and I'm a knight, but here I am. This also, paladins are, about a quest and to some degree honor and so forth. So I want to smite these motherfuckers, but just going for that sort of thing is maybe not really a part of my oath and a part of what it is to me to be a knight. So I'm wondering about sacred weapon, and I've already had the whip out, and I'm wondering if I can imbue that whip with positive energy. Would positive energy get them to
you can do better than positive
and roll
energy.
around on the ground and chuckle, and
you can do
cease and
wrathful energy.
You can do all. We had lightning one time, and we had, you did use an action to shift, but that's your bonus action. So you get one more action that you can either smite them with the energy you said so, or you imbue your sacred weapon.
Okay, so you just said something that I think is very important in a point of order, is that I used one action on the ship. I have one action left for the rest of the game?
No, for this turn.
You're going to go through a number of turns. Everyone takes a turn, and then you go around to the top, and everyone takes turns again.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Thanks.
So basically, in order to shift your form, that's called a bonus action, meaning you kind of get that for free. You get to do that once per turn, and now you have your official action. So your official action, you said you're going to crack the whip with some energy. Sure.
Well, hold on.
Re-rolling intimidate, or no? I just wasn't sure what the option was.
I'm thinking about smite, and the folks, my John Lark, my dear John Lark, and my lovely Moira Moon are not near me.
No.
Right? No. So I need to make a choice about, I'm conflicted because smiting them, there's just more battle to come.
Well, we're only in danger of getting arrested, or at this point, if we're taken in for questioning, stabbing somebody is going to up that game.
But perhaps if the if the whip energy, made them collapse to the ground and laugh or tickle each other or something along those lines, maybe it makes them like they're on X and they're just touching each other and they're feeling the fuzzy. I don't know.
You might be able to affect
supposed to know. I'm sorry.
You might be able to affect. I think you can affect one person with the spell that you're talking about,
but not a group.
Yeah.
Not a group.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, just make it hard for me. What the fuck ever. I mean, so that would apply to like something like smite as well. To smite, I would only really be affecting one person.
Right. Later on, there is abilities to get more than one, but yeah.
So I painted my happy ass into a corner, didn't I?
Well, you've drawn the attention. You've drawn the attention away from us, and now they're addressing you.
Yeah.
But we didn't manage to dispel an illusion, so you could address them as royalty. We're just,
Yeah. Oh my God! What do you do at this point in the game when you're like, I don't know, I'm on TV and I have no idea what to do?
I think it might be time to kick some ass. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm gonna kick some ass.
It's however you want to handle the situation, but the voice from above says, "Go kick some ass."
I'm gonna go with the voice from the above. He's fun.
Sure. Yeah.
The voice from above is fun. Okay. Has experience. So we're gonna go for Divine Smite.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Give it to him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm rolling. Oh, I can read a 2dB. What the?
2d8.
Well, you're gonna roll your 8. Attack first.
First,
and then
you
you
roll
can
your
use
attack.
the Divine Smite if you hit.
This is the point in the game where I go, I need these.
Yep,
all right,
so you're in a roll to attack with the weapon that you want to use your smite through. It's like a conduit, so I assume that's your whip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is still a D20?
Yep, still a D20,
okay.
And it looks like everything you've got is going to be a +3.
All right. Oh, lovely! I got a 17 on the dice, +3 is a 20. Is that a good thing?
Oh, yeah. No, that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
You want to hit their target number, which is their armor class of 16. And yes, you have gone past all that business and smacked one down.
Well, yeah.
And so with the whip, it is 1d6 plus 1. If you need, you have physical dice right there. You roll your d6, which is your dice you play craps or 1, 4, 24 with, your square die or cube die.
Yep. Okay. Rolling that.
And smite damage, right?
Yep, but I'm handling this damage first, and then we'll get to smite damage.
5.
Correct. So there's 5, and then your divine smite is a 2d8.
What?
That's kind of
sorry. Sorry, it's the diamond shaped looking die.
2, 4. I think it's this one.
Let me take a peek at it.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it?
That's D10.
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, because it's 4.
No, that's
1, 2, 3, 4 times 2.
There it is.
Roll it twice.
Your clear dice threw me off. I was like, I'm looking through something now. So
witchcraft.
Roll your weird witchcraft. Roll that dice twice and
witchcraft.
Twice.
And
And add the numbers.
Yes, please.
I have a 6.
Yep.
It was a 4 and a 2, so I have a 6.
Okay, so 6 plus your original 5 is 11, and that guard is now. I will allow you in D&D. Sometimes it's not. They just think you're killing everything. Are you knocking this guard unconscious, or are you taking their life?
Unconscious.
Unconscious. He is hit by a brilliant. Actually, I'm going to have you describe what your radiant energy looks like as he's knocked unconscious by it.
Well, the whip is just beautifully coiled and circled above my head. It floats for this impossible amount of time as I take my rather wonderfully well-formed arm and the muscles are rippling, and it's just I have just such control and finesse with my wrist
Can we
And
see your
it
Can we see your feet?
coils- What's that?
And it is directed by Tarantino. Can we see your feet?
I thought that only happened on the Blackbird Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh
podcast.
no, it seems to happen everywhere now, I guess. So you whip it forth.
And my by the way, my whip is oxblood leather. Just gorgeous,
nice.
deep, rich
Yep.
oxblood. And when it unfurls and makes contact, the little tail just
They should be
and
honored to be hit by that.
He does feel honored right now. This radiant energy ripples across him.
And as with everything with Dame Harlow, the energy is ultraviolet. So it's a beautiful ultraviolet dynamic just shower.
Orgasmic shower upon him.
Resonates over him and vibrates. It all around, and he actually embraces himself as the energy surrounds him, and it sends the shock through. And it's not a huge orgasm. It's not, let's say I haven't had sex in a year and a half, and I'm right. It's more of like. It's more of like I'm stoned today and I masturbated about 3 times and this is the 4th time, so it's good.
Yeah. It's
but
good.
It's not
but
really.
Just gets done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
It's just
and
nice.
it knocks him down into a nap.
Into a beautiful slumber. A beautiful
lovely
slumber.
Nap where he dreams of large women.
The 3 other guards are like, maybe I'll have what she's having. No. So is knocked unconscious. John Lark, it is your go. What are you doing?
Boy, I don't know how I could possibly follow that up in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know.
I think you should try.
I don't have a clue, but my thought was we might like to have some kind of a repeat performance of it. So what exactly did she what exactly did she say the first time when she initially cracked the whip? When you first cracked the whip, didn't you say something?
Oh, I see. Yeah, when you announced your presence to the
that she announced her presence. She announced her presence and said something to the guards, and the guards rolled once.
Right.
I just like to hear it again. And the cantrip I have, Minor Illusion, allows me to recreate any noise exactly in the same.
Okay.
So I just like to have her re-announce herself, just as she did beforehand.
To see if you can break the illusion again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. Was
break an illusion.
Okay.
With an illusion.
Maybe I'll add in I said.
Right. Okay.
But it is coming from her area.
Okay. Voice in the Sky, could you roll me that wisdom check again?
That's going to be a 20 on the die.
Woo!
Oh,
nice. So they see this go down. They stop and they look. You see that their eyes, which were slightly glazed, are clear up. Their minds clear, or at least these 3 guards do, and they don't know you before you're called a Dame Harlow, so they would say Lady Harlow, and they stop and they take a knee, and they bow their heads, and their minds seem to be clear for the moment. You still feel the it's like when you throw a stone in the water, how it opens up a bit. You feel it starting to slowly like whoop to see if it could become just a flat surface again. But yeah, they have stopped. Right, Moira.
Wait, but you say that they're what you say is there's like a feeling rushing back in, like we can see them. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But right now they recognize Dame Harlow as Dame Harlow. Yeah.
All right. With that, do we want to take our break?
Oh my gosh! Already? Golly, yeah.
Oh.
All right, Moira, then get ready to do something. Help out in this segment.
Okay.
When it goes down. So I will see you all back here 10:15 to see how Moira makes these guards feel bad about themselves. Or
How did you know I was going to do that?
or
All right, we'll be right back. Please do stick around. We're going to see the conclusion of tonight's episode in about 10 minutes. So we'll be back at 10:15. Good to see you all. And let's get some music going here. Cheers, everyone. Hello. We're back, and we are going to wrap up episode 6. We're going to find out what happens as they enter the city, and we maybe see a little bit of Moira's family. I'm sorry, of Dame Harlow's family. First, I just want to say, hey, thanks for coming in, being in chat, watching. We really appreciate it. Bring your friends, tell your friends about it. Go ahead and drop us on social media, all that stuff. And please come back and watch some more. We're going to have a couple things on Friday coming up. But first, Thursday will be the episode 1 of Shadow Stories, Our Little Town. And then Friday we'll have Secrets Revealed in the afternoon. And then in the evening we'll have part 2 of the first Shadow Stories, Our Little Town. All right, let's come on back to the Aternium Road. Take it away. Hey, everybody.
Hello. Right. Several of the March guards have broken a bit of the illusion thanks to John Lark's echo cantrip to cast a minor illusion to replay Dame Harlow's command, and have seen past the glamour and see that it is Dame Harlow, and they take a knee, they bow before her, shoving their way through the crowd as the Requiem soldiers. But there's so many revelers and bureaucrats that they have to shove. So yeah, they're just shoving. So, yeah, they're picking up John and shoving him again.
Again?
Just like in Mr. Peacock or Mr. Green in Clue, like Tim Curry picks him up and then throws him back down again. And
Tim Curry can do whatever he wants to me.
He can. He is the beautiful Tim Curry. And now we are on Moira's turn in this round of action. What are you doing, Moira?
So Moira, I see Dame Harlow up on her hill. I see her crack her whip, and I see her bring people down around her, and I see her scream out who she is and then scream it out again. And there's still so many people in between me and her. And she's clearly where I need to be right now because all the attention's over there.
Yeah.
It's a real problem for me.
Yeah.
So I am going to lose my mind a little bit, and I'm going to just really lean into this grody, muddy thing that I'm doing right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to scream out as loud as I can for everyone around me to hear. I will say, fucking fear me, you imbeciles, you idiots. You are nothing compared to me. I'm terrifying, and you will obey me and get the fuck out of my way. And unbeknownst to Moira, she is casting Fey Presence again. And again, it's not cute. It's not charming. It's not even, Galadriel-esque. It's just fucking scary and gross and warty. And the smell and the looks are really matching right now.
Okay.
Fucking bad news all around. And it is a whiz save of
Wisdom
13.
save.
And I think it's at a 10-foot
cube.
I'm not sure of that.
Yeah. A 10-foot cube. So I'm just going to say the immediate crowd around you.
And my goal again is to get towards, I don't know how far I can really get, but to get towards, how far away is she actually?
Oh, she's not very, very far away. I mean, if you ran, you could be there. So I would give you a movement and say you could run and be there. It's fine.
I don't want to run unless everyone is fleeing from me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So Moira, like, pulls up her full height, and it is...
I think I even dig my hands into the mud and then raise them up, just dripping in mud.
Yeah, it totally becomes brutal. You're like...
So brutal.
Get the fuck away from me. Yeah,
physical.
It becomes, and in everybody not only visually seeing you become this bog witch thing, or not piercing past the illusion, they feel it in their heart. The thing in the woods that you're supposed to be afraid of, the thing in the basement that that your grandmother said is down there, so don't ever go down there. The thing that will grab your foot from underneath the bed, so you better jump in the bed. Moira becomes that innate fear that's in our childhood mind.
I hope she doesn't see herself.
Is the thing, yeah. And since John, you don't, you see Moira as Moira. You don't like. They feel it in their heart, and there's this illusion shielding their minds, but they still have to make a roll because they're going to freak out, like the bureaucrats and revelers. And but you see what Moira may truly become one day, and I'm going to give you a wisdom saving throw. Your dice score on that is 10, not 13, and you roll with advantage.
I already rolled it because my immediate thought was my friend and companion like just goes nuts and unloads themselves. Fortunately, John is actually made of sterner stuff in this, and for a moment he's like a little taken aback, but and maybe a little curious.
Yeah.
Bogwitch, you say?
Bogwitch, eh?
That was an unexpectedly positive experience. I've got a 16 on the dice plus 1.
Perfect.
We're gonna be best friends after all.
Yeah. So you, it's terrifying, but deep inside, somewhere inside of you, it's also magnificent. And but if you thought the crowd was freaking out before about like, oh, we don't know where to get out of the way of the guards, and oh, everyone's screaming, they're like, Wah! And they're just like running in towards the gates of the city, like screaming, close the palace. The Requiem guards are kind of not being bowled over. You see them like yanking people up and chucking them, but now it's now like somebody's opened up a floodgate of cats and they're running at you, and you're like, get off of me! Oh my!
Can I get one screaming line before my turn ends?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It will be, flee before me, my friend's a princess or something.
or something. Just
I'm not paying attention to that shit.
You get out of here, you stupid heads. You dummies. And there, you have now a clear path to your friend, because it's almost like you're just cutting a swath through the crowd that is like ducking and diving. Children are screaming at the top of their lungs, and they are like, you could swear a horse died of a heart attack. There's like, things are freaking out. And John just sees this hulking boss running through the crowd. My friend's a princess or something. And just moving through the crowd. God. And luckily the guards have their heads bowed down in obedience to Dame Harlow, so they are not freaking out. They're just like, don't look in the ark, Marion. Don't look in the ark. Open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed, Marion. And you make your way up towards Dame Harlow. We will take it at the top of the round, which is the guards. The guards. I'm tweaking the spell a little because it's something I created, and most illusionary spells like this is if you break them, you're immune to them, and some say immune or cannot be used for another 24 hours. So I'm going to say these 3 particular guards are immune to the glamour for 24 hours. So I'm not saying like all of a sudden they pop up and be like, oh, you're the prisoner again. So they're just keeping their heads ducked down low, and they're on your side. So and Lisa, it is your turn.
Who's Lisa?
Yeah, Dame Harlow, it's your turn.
Important
feel
question.
that-
Who is Lisa?
Who is Lisa? You feel the presence.
It's a whole nother RPG.
Your friend or Moira is this monster that is running towards your area. So give me a wisdom save. And I'm gonna make yours 10 as well. You've kind of seen her freak out like this. So roll your d20, add your wisdom, and you just want to beat a 10.
Okay, and my wisdom is 2. Okay.
That's
Plus
it.
2. Oh, I tanked like a. I got a 3 plus 2 is 5.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Sorry, I let you down.
Friend.
something that is. Let me double check your features and traits too. I just want to see if you have some sort of Fey background that keeps you away from.
Divine sense, laying of hands, fighting, spellcasting.
Nope. You can see in the dark, but and you wish it was dark now because and you know that it's Moira, and you know that she is coming to you to join you and help you or steal the spotlight in knowing Moira, but it's just something deep in your soul is quaking against whatever she truly, like her spirit truly is. And so you have the frightened condition. Frightened meaning you cannot move to attack Moira. If you wish to attack her, you cannot. Your action is to run away from this scene or cower, but you won't cower. I would think you'd run. But that's only against Moira. What else are you doing?
Sorry, there's cooking going on or something. Moira's running at me, and she is the big hulking beast, and I am frightened.
I am screaming that you're my friend, a princess.
And you're my friend, the princess.
Or something.
Or something. I'm an archduchess, by the way, but neither here nor there.
Potato.
And you're...
Potato.
It doesn't say you have to. Frightened doesn't say you have to run away. It just says you have to. You can't willingly move closer towards it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can't willingly move closer, and she's moving closer to you. But yes, you can't. You can't willingly move closer to them. Meaning you can't approach her.
But if I know it's Moira, why would I even be frightened? I'm a little confused by that one.
The Fey presence is a spell, not necessarily a being. So it is something that is affecting your psyche.
I need to make a note to look up the Fey stuff. So and all the folks, all the warriors, the guards, the Requiem guards are still kneeling before me.
Your family's guards are kneeling before you. The Requiem guard, the shark guards, are trying to fight their way through a wave of terrified people to get to all of you.
Do I want to? I mean, I would still want to protect Moira.
Yeah, I mean that's still your friend.
She's still my friend.
Yeah.
So I'm not running because of this fright thing.
Right. I mixed it up with getting. It's a cleric spell, so don't worry about it. It's just she's just very, very terrifying.
You ever had that friend that comes in for an uncomfortable hug?
Mm-hmm.
Magic
oh my god, the names I could drop right now that are
so imagine that
even watching. Anyway.
and magically,
and covered with manure.
and covered with manure. Okay, so yipes. I want to protect her, and wait, but she's not under attack.
She's not. Well, not now. There are the Sharkmen guards coming to attack all of you, but they're busy with a bunch of people.
Can we just ditch, because we've got space with the crowd? If we
Oh yeah, no, you are. They can't get to you for a while because they've got to mow their way through the crowd.
Crowd. It's crowd control, guys.
It's crowd control in a weird sense.
Looks great.
Yeah, security is trying to move through a mosh pit that is very, very deep, and you are on the opposite side of that pit.
Well, I say crank up the music and get those ruckers swirling faster. And where's John right now?
John is currently back where Moira and I were together originally.
Yeah,
and Moira
kind of down the hill.
Horrible thing. And has gone charging off towards you. John is in the process of picking up the paperwork that was dropped because you can't leave that shit behind.
No,
it's not hard. I mean, I tossed it in a pile. And then I'm going to. My plan is to follow the both of you in a second, kind of thinking, "Wow, I hang out with some really tough ladies."
I like that. There's a suggestion that you toss the paperwork in an organized pile. You didn't just fling it to the side. You were like, well, "I'm going to set it down. I'm going to sternly set this down."
Yeah, I mean, I was a little frustrated, but I know that I have oftentimes had to come back to that. So let's not make
after alphabetizing, of course.
Okay, gotcha.
I've alphabetized, and I'm sternly setting this down.
Okay.
I'd love to see. I'd love for the merry band of misfits to get back together again.
Okay.
I have been acknowledged.
Yes, these three. Let me see these. 2 men and 1 woman. Yes, they're acknowledged, and there's one who is very, very happy and unconscious, smiling and cuddling themselves.
And I'm so happy for him, but he is useless to me right now.
Correct. Yes.
Perhaps I promise the other 2 such wonderful treatment if they help help us get back together again. Help John Lark and Moira.
Definitely.
And I is that possible?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you are their, you're one of their reigning
I am
royal
their
family.
leader.
Yeah.
So I would like to rise. Eddie's.
They are still going to be extremely terrified. Because I don't believe, Moira, you have control over your frightful presence, right?
Even if I did, I wouldn't.
Oh, you can cause if you want to. Yeah, and you wouldn't want to, right? Yeah, but they will rise. I'm going to say they fail their check. They are terrified, but they're not running away. They are just freaked out. But yes, they rise, and you see one of them aghast, and he kind of, does a little symbol to try to protect against evil spirits.
Sign of the St. Andrew's cross.
Yeah. And they'll listen to you. They you have the for now you do. I will say for now you do because you're missing your royal signet, but we'll deal with that in a moment.
And there's a huge crowd of people, yes, between me and John and Moira.
No. Fleeing away from Moira.
Fleeing away from Moira. So picture this: you on a hill, Moira on a hill next to you. Your friends, the guards. At pretty much around the corner, at the base of the hill, is John, and then past that are people shitting themselves, running towards towards the gates. Which against that tide are these were-shark soldiers who are frustrated with the amount of people that are now in front of them.
And they should be more frustrated. And I think they should be more frustrated. by denied orgasms, but I'm not quite sure how to get that one there yet. So hold on. Moira and I are on the same land plane. You're saying.
Yep.
And she is a terrifying vision to behold.
She is.
And we're going to use that to our advantage. So I want to hook up with Moira first.
Okay.
I'm going to instruct my guards to rise. They're frightened. I get it. I do. I really do. And I tell, I'm like, y'all, because we say y'all.
Yeah, it is the Southern realm. Yes.
It is the Southern realm. So y'all, right here. I guard number 2 and guard number 3. Guard number 1's down there, just all like happy as a clam.
Yeah.
This could be you. Wouldn't you like it to be you? I think you'd like it to be you. I'd like it to be me if I were you. Wouldn't you? I promise you ecstasy if you turn around and beat a path to that huge monster. I will protect you. Nothing will happen to you, not a thing, but you're going to make sure that there is nobody, no obstacle in the way for me to meet up with that huge, terrifying, very, very stinky, self-absorbed, magicless twit that I'm going to meet up with because at least she's huge and terrifying.
Okay.
My friend.
That's it.
A princess or some shit.
Yes. And they steel themselves and they run down, hand on hilt of sword, and they kind of have their hands out. They run past Moira to the base of the hill and hold their hands out, and are watching the crowd as it's running past everybody, and even the into the wave of the Requiem soldiers. So there they are. There they are. So you have a clear path. You are completely separated from the chaos now.
You gotta keep them separated.
So John Lark, what are you doing?
I collect the paperwork. And,
yes, you collect the paperwork.
Follow the charging Moira Moon up the hill. Looking at both of these two ladies up there and being like, Jesus, you guys are terrifying. Both of you.
Yes, they are. You're gonna move past the guardsmen who let you through, and
let's get out of here. Let's is there any reason to stay and fight? I think we should just leave.
I don't see a need to stay and fight.
You go. The only way into the city is through that congestion of terrified people and shark guards. Are you running into the wilderness?
There's got to be a way into that castle, right?
Can we go?
I'm sure.
Can we go around the city?
I'm sure if you could find a way. Yeah, there's got to be a way.
Let's go around the city.
Through that swamp over there.
Yes. The swamp. I love you so much. I love you so hard.
Go through the swamp.
I can't keep that up.
Can I be your Adrian Barbeau?
Yeah. My swamp thing. So you're gonna
Thank you for getting that.
I know. What I would assume is you're going to run from this chaos and the Requiem Guard soldiers coming after you, and then find a way to sneak into past the palisades and into the marches. Correct? Is that what I'm getting?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Easily enough. You don't even need to. I'm not. You have terrified people and chaos on your side, and the guards cover your exit, making sure no one gets past them. But that might not fly too well with these monstrous sharkmen things. But for now, you beat retreat into into the wilderness of the midway to find your way somehow in there. So we're gonna cut to several hours later of a change of scenery. Definitely in a swamp. We're definitely in a swamp. And after the sounds of chaos and chasing and all of that has died down, you three have a moment to yourselves out in amongst the mangroves of the swamp, the bog in the southern realm. So obviously, yeah, it's the south. So there's mangroves and there's lagoon and all that.
Cool.
So what are you?
Can we steal a boat?
Yes. Yeah. What are you all doing now?
Well, I never noticed how much a swamp just smells like Nag Champa.
It doesn't. But to you, it does oddly keep smelling better and better. Like weird,
Really nice.
disgusting, horrible things seem to be.
It must be a midway thing. Like
I
swamps
think so.
just smell really nice here.
I think so.
And humans can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yes. And humans can see in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it is getting like late afternoon. It is probably the equivalent of what would be like 4 or 5. You see the sun kind of fading down, and it's even darker because it's so overcast and gloomy here. Right? What are you all doing now?
It's just so #aesthetic.
What?
I love it.
Dame Harlow, what happened? What happened back there? Why didn't your people recognize you?
Didn't you feel that strange energy in the air?
Yes, Dame Harlow felt it. Why
Sphincter.
didn't you feel it?
Wait, yes, Sphincter.
I don't have a drink. Oh man, I'll have to make it up later.
Didn't you feel that crackle to the air, the energy to the air? I really think that there was a spell.
Like
I
a really
something,
strong
but
toner.
What do you? Right, the toner. Right.
Take a bath. First of all, this is what we're doing. We're making this one take a bath.
Why? I smell amazing right now.
Amazingly awful.
You do.
Okay, some people don't like patchouli, whatever.
I think it's amazingly awful, but cha-cha.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'll just go take a bath in the swamp, Dame Harlow. It'll work great. Actually, it might work really well.
Really might work well.
You start to like lurch over and suddenly like sinking into the bog.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go take a quick little dip in the swamp and just see what happens. That sounds really fun.
I mean, there's nothing worse than horse shit. I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a shot.
Right, yeah. If you ever seen like Legend of Boggy Creek, that's what it looks like. It's kind of like lurching away, this kind of moss sphagnum creature like dunking into the water. And when you come out, you look more Moira-y.
Yeah. I've besides Moira, I've heard that tree moss is a really great exfoliator. So I would say, why don't you get there in the water and grab a little of it and use it like a loofah on the horse shit and just loofah with the tree moss, the
sphagnum moss. Yeah.
I have totally heard that. Yes.
I am in a weird place.
All right.
You're on the road, buddy.
You're on the road.
Very strong women exfoliating. And John Lark.
And John Lark.
John Lark.
I can exfoliate too. Wait. Oh.
Well, yeah. What are your? I guess I would say, what are your plans? We're about to wrap up for the evening. What are your ideas and plans to make your way into the marches and figure out what the heck's going on? You do sense that as you've kind of moved away, you're more into the midway wilderness. That sense of glamour is isn't as like heavy.
Impressive.
It's not impressive. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I need to face a situation head on. We're wanted, we're sought after. This isn't going to get any better as far as whatever, whatever reason we're here and whatever bad is going on, we can keep running from it or somehow face it head on. And this is my family, and I don't know that y'all want to go with me, but I say let's hurtle headlong into the heart of the situation and head to the Castle of Marches.
Do you know how to get there, or do we need like a guide?
I don't quite recognize this particular swamp.
That's okay. I can cast a spell to summon forth a spirit guide and help us understand the way forward.
That's sweet, honey, but is it going to actually work?
I don't know, probably. Everything's been working for me here.
She did just become a gigantic version of herself.
Thank you.
Well, we could climb up on her shoulders and she could walk us there?
I'm just saying, I'm seeing magic. I saw her shoot lightning bolts. Didn't you lightning?
I mean, I did, but like, I have no idea. Like, sorry. I mean, I absolutely know how I did that, but I don't know if I can do it here. So I'm just gonna try to like create like maybe a ritual circle. So if you could help me find some bark and some more.
Every tree around us has bark.
Yeah. So just gather some, if that's okay. If you can handle it. And we'll just make like a nice little circle to summon forth the spirits of this swamp that is so patchouli-ish, and I love it.
Is that that's a word now? Okay, patchouli-ish. I got it. Alrighty.
Patchouli-osity.
Yeah.
Oh, my patchouli-osity.
That was my first Instagram handle before I became Moira Moon.
Oh, patchouli-osity. Patchouli-osity.
Yeah, patchouli-ish.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so patchouli-ish.
Yeah, I just didn't have the right like aesthetic, so we moved on. It's okay.
So you start gathering your things. You're preparing a ritual.
Yeah.
And John, did you held on to the paperwork?
I did.
Okay.
I figured I need something to read. I mean,
right.
Actually, to be completely honest, my thought was that the paperwork might actually have some information about how we go about getting into the city. There are 3 gates to the city. If you're moving through this gate, you have to have these. So I think there is some genuine information there, but
there's genuine
yes, a little light reading for John.
It does lay out that there are gates in and several rules and regulation, and some of the reasonings for the rules is heightened security, and you'll see that it has to do with the heightened security in celebration of. The Royal Council says heightened security in celebration in 2 days' time. The marriage of Baron Galeo of the Primarch ancestry and the Marquesa Interim Harlow Linsmore.
Hey, what was the name of the guy you were marrying here? Wasn't
it? What he said?
Yeah. Baron Galeo and
Baron Galeo. That sounds familiar. Is that the guy you keep telling me stories about?
And in 2 days' time, the Marquesa Interim, meaning the acting Marquesa Harlow Linsmore, Lady Harlow Linsmore.
That's not me, is it?
Acting.
That's your name.
But if I'm not there, I'm not acting.
Yeah. Oh. Why are you there and out here?
Oh shit.
Also, it's weird that they list her age.
They
Almost like there's
how
two
dare
of
you?
Dun, dun, dun.
And we will leave it there as you plan your way into the swamp, and we are possibly
Shit.
celebrating the wedding of this other interim Marquesa, Harlow Linsmore, and Baron Galeo
This
of
is
the
pissing
Primarch.
me off on so many levels.
Well, I hope you
Hooray!
had
Roleplay
fun.
worked.
Yeah, and I hope you had a good time and standing around in a swamp. Oh, sorry, Jess. Let me before we wrap up. Your ritual. You're gonna go cast a ritual. Go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
cast
cast-
it.
Oh
I
boy.
Okay, I'll do it right now. Let's
Yeah,
see how it goes. I think I just cast it. I think it's not
Yep, you just cast it.
just a cast.
What does it say for finding a familiar? How does that come across or appear as?
It says you gain the service of a familiar. There's not really appearing in an unoccupied space within range. The familiar has the statistics of the chosen form.
Oh my God! So
Right, it's
so silly tactical and
it is
mechanical.
as if John Lark wrote it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's boring. They give a bunch of example animals, but let's not let that
No.
box us in.
It is the swamp gas that you wanted. You see like little bubbles around you in the swamp and in the bog, and it kind of consumes all the ingredients you had in the ritual. And then you see this softball-sized light like come up out of the swamp and kind of float there.
I love how big your eyes just got.
I can make them get really big.
See, look, it's working.
It's,
I told you she had magic.
Hello, Bubble. Are you a friendly Bubble, Mister?
I have several voices in my head. Could you please get me a luck roll so I can figure out which voice I'm going to do?
Yes, sir.
I'm going
I
to
rolled
set
a
it to
6. A total of
Oh,
11 if you're going with
perfect.
the charisma
Okay.
edition.
It kind of and it says he says oh wait, now I gotta get this. Okay. Kumusta ka? Mabuti? How are you? How are you doing? Are you my new? I am your servant.
I mean, I wouldn't want a servant is a very strong word, and I don't want to.
Oh, I am your friend.
Yes, I absolutely. You are such a powerful swamp spirit guide. Is that what you are?
I am swamp gas. I am a willow wisp. And I am your friend and your humble servant. You are my new. I am not to call you master.
No, because I don't want to have that kind of a relationship with anybody.
Oh, so Mariusip, I'm so thankful for you to treat me as equal. I am Buhai, and I am here to assist you with whatever you need.
Oh my god, I can't believe my magical ritual worked and I summoned forth a Buhai.
That is my name, Buhai, but I am normally a billow wisp.
A billow wisp.
Yes, I am a billow wisp. My name is Buhai. I am sent by your fairy godfather.
Oh. So I didn't actually.
No,
tell the others.
No.
I did it, okay?
No, yes, of course.
If they
ask,
ask,
of course. Whatever you say, you have conjured me from the ether.
From the exactly. That's perfect.
Okay.
Billow, Buhai.
Mahal kita. Mahal kita, boss.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That means I love you in my language.
I'm sorry, what?
I have 170 dialects if you're Filipino, but yeah, I have. But I am yours, and here I am, Buhay, your friend, and that's where we will end. there
Okay, friend.
is me imitating my grandmother.
I love it so much. I love
Aw.
it so much. Oh my god, it's my new favorite thing in the whole
Yeah,
world.
your will-o-wisp is my grandmother floating around with you.
would love
That's fantastic.
All right, well that's it. I hope chat enjoyed that. I don't think it's racist if I'm Filipino. I guess we'll deal with that later. So follow me. It's Marcus_13 on Instagram, Twitter, and here. And you can yell at me all you want, and and tell me how much I've messed up your Dungeons and Dragons game. But I think we had fun, so I guess that's important. I hope you had fun, so I hope that's super, super important. And I will pass this around to my friends that have played. Jared.
Boy, what a great game, guys. That was totally entertaining. It's wonderful to work with you two. You're both powerful characters. It's fun to be around. I'm glad to take third string in this, I guess. But we'll get there.
Can't wait till you cut loose. It's going to be pretty ridiculous.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've
right, exactly.
Ever.
All right. And now the bog witch that has caused the ruckus, Jessica.
I really loved this game. This was really fun. Please go black metal makeup when you do eventually. Just I want to see full-on corpse paint, Jared. It's really important to me. Yeah. If you could just make that happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Oh, that's fun. I love my familiar. Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome. And Lisa, our Dame Harlow, soon to be bride. We'll see. Princess or something. Go ahead.
Terrified.
Princess or something.
Absolutely terrified. Thank you. This was a blast. This was the best of the now 6 games of D&D I've ever played in my entire life.
Good.
Hey, don't forget to tune in on Thursday evening for our
little town.
I'm actually doing Our Little Town because I don't just half-ass a hobby. I'm going in with both asses. So both cheeks are going into this. So this is game number 2 for me. And I'm really stoked about that. DNA Lounge has my signature cocktail. Look at me hawking shit.
That's right.
The Dame Harlow is a refreshing blend of a bunch of stuff that I suddenly can't remember right now. What was it? Mint and blackberry and rum? Yes, rum.
Yes, I did rum.
Blackberry, mint, and
DNA Lounge
elderberry. Oh God, I think I just tipped over the wine edge. Elderberry liqueur. DNA Lounge. You can pick it up. You can order it through like the Grubhubsy kind of all those shit. And yay, thank you, Marcus. You are flipping amazing. And thank you to the voice in the sky, Marty Kaplan, who is our producer and who made this all happen.
That's right.
I just feel so much love for you right now. This is a blast.
Yeah, thank you.
We're doing plugs. I actually forgot about this, but
plug.
This Saturday, I'm going to be over at Cat Club. Doing their cocktail specialties from 2 to 6. You are welcome to swing by. And we have some outside tables where you can have a cocktail out there, pick it up from us. You do have to order some food from the restaurant next to us. There's a Mexican restaurant there.
It's good.
But you're welcome to swing by.
It is delicious.
Outside.
Reminds me.
Some nice cocktails.
I've got to get back to Randy because he asked if I want to work with Gib a couple of Saturdays from now. So.
Awesome. Well, I will come see you in person then.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. We're gonna close it down there, but just remember the stream is any money we raise goes to everybody who's trying to survive in this crazy situation in the real world by having fantastic adventures in a fake world. Thanks, everybody.
Yay!
So escapism.
Yay! So if you can please support the Cat Club, the DNA Lounge. All the stuff that we tag in the chat and on the website and stuff, that'd be great. All right, we're gonna say bye to the Aternium Road for now. We'll see you all on the road.
thunderous tail don't flail.
Step up now, step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvelous.
Yes, but I'm not. So we are just going to read through the things coming up one more time. Thank you so much, everybody. Dungeon Master Marcus Flores. Players, tonight we had Jessica Grant as Moira Moon, Lisa Hyde as Dame Harlow, and Jared William as John Lark. Our other folks will be back next week. Mark Johnson as Durgan Lurch, Scott Devilkoff as Rog Novel of Deeblington, Stephanie Muffin as Glitterfish. They'll all be back next week on Tuesday night at 8 for Adventures in Deeblington. I have been your executive producer for tonight of the Midway Tabletop. Thank you so much for making it. I'm Marty Kaplan. Next time, episode 7, we need a title. So, if you want to go ahead and join us over on the Discord, talk about titles for the next episode, or talk about other stuff you want to see, or what you liked about the episode, or if you actually tried the Dame Harlow drink and how drunk it made you, we want to hear from you. So, more stuff coming up. We have Secrets Revealed Friday at noon. We have Midway Wrestling Alliance a week from Friday, 7:30. Blackbird Tavern D&D a week from Sunday, and Shadow Stories coming right up. It's Thursday night and Friday night, part 1 and part 2 of a very scary Our Little Town. All right, we'll see you all soon. Take care.